Assalamu alaikum. We are here with the next lecture of Organization of Commerce and Management from the very same chapter, Principles of Management, on the very same topic, 14 Principles of Henry Fayol. I have already given you a very nice shortcut about how to remember the 14 Principles of Management. The shortcut is DPU, focus on seeds, wherein we have already studied about DPU, division of work, I for initiative, P for parity of authority and responsibility, and U for unity of command. This we have already studied in the previous lecture. In today's lecture, we will be studying about 5 more principles of Henry Fayol, which comes under focus. Focus starts with F, fair remuneration, O for order, C for centralization and decentralization, U for unity of direction, and S for stability of tenure. Let us start with today's lecture. And the very first principle of Henry Fayol today that we are going to study is principle of fair remuneration. What do you mean by remuneration? Remuneration means to give something in return of the work done, to give something in return of the services that has been provided. Like if an organization is hiring employees and they are getting the work done from the employees, they have to pay something in return to the employees in the form of money, cash or kind. That cash is called as remuneration, which an organization gives to its employee for the work done by him. What does Fayol suggest? Fayol suggests that the remuneration should be fair. It should be fair and equitable. It should not be unjust. The organization should not do partiality while giving the remuneration. Like if an watchman is given 20,000 rupees salary and an employee is given 20,000 salary, that is not fair, because the work done by the white collar employee is different and the work done by the watchman is different. So everybody should be given salary or remuneration according to the work done by them. Why do Henry Fayol focus on the principle of fair remuneration? Because Henry Fayol suggests that if the employees are being paid well, they feel satisfied financially, as well as they tend to spend more time in your organization. Obviously, every employee is working under you for certain reasons, and the basic reason is earning money. And if you're giving them good money, they won't be leaving your organization in a long run. Also, the fair remuneration affects on productivity and efficiency level. If you are not giving your employees enough salary, they won't be encouraged or motivated to work for your organization, and this will definitely have an effect on the efficiency of the organization. The remuneration should be fixed by taking into consideration the skill, expertise, knowledge, tenure, cost of living, market trend, profitability of the organization. All these aspects should be considered before giving the remuneration. It should not also be like that you are giving extra money, more money to all your employees, and your organization is not earning that much of money. So this will again lead to inefficient organization, because the profitability will go down and the company will suffer loss, and that would be wrong. So there should be fair remuneration on both the part, employer and the employee. It should be equal or just on both. Like I just said, that the employer should also consider the pocket. The employer should also consider the profit that the organization is making before giving the salary to the employees. The next principle that we are going to study is principle of order. Principle of order suggests that everything should be in its right place and every man should be at its right place, right job. Right man at the right job and right thing at right place is the mantra of this principle. What did I just say? Principle of order suggests that right man at the right job and right thing at the right place. Henry Fayol suggested that everything has its perfect and right place and it should be placed according to the requirement. If a manufacturing plant has certain setup of machinery, say machinery A, B and C, and all these machineries are not aligned properly, and like for example, if machinery A is kept in one corner, machinery B is kept in another corner, and machinery C is kept in another room. So if an employee want to do production, first they'll have to go to machinery A and then they have to go to another corner and then to the another room and then the production will complete. This would be very time consuming and inefficient. Everything should be in its right place for better results and efficiency. Like one example I always give is, like for example, in the production plant of Amul butter, if the machinery of slicing the butter and packaging the butter and boxing the butter are in different rooms or not aligned properly, this will take more time in producing one bar of Amul butter, and people and the production level will go down and the profitability will also come down. Human resources and materials should be in the right place at the right time for maximum efficiency. Human resources should be placed at right place on right job. This principle focuses on the proper utilization of physical and human resources. We used to like fair remuneration and everything. It helps to improve the mental or emotional level of an employee, but this principle of order suggests or focuses on the physicality of the things and the human resources, how they should be placed or kept. Like you can see in the picture, department 1, department 2, department 3, department 4, every department have different employee and every employee is at its right place, right man at the right place and right thing at the right man at the right job and right thing at the right place. Principle of centralization refers to concentration of power and authority in one hand, like top level management, middle level management, lower level management. According to the principle of centralization, everything should be in the hands of the top level management, and that is possible in small organization where the top level does not have to focus on many areas or many things, so they are okay with it and they are taking all the power in their hand. But in case of large organization, it becomes very difficult for one single man or only the top level management to control the middle and lower and all the departments and everything at once. So they go for decentralization. So Henry Fayol here suggests that the centralization is good. Centralization, giving power in the hand of one person, is good, but it should be according to the need of the hour. If the organization is too big to be handled by one person, then the principle of decentralization should be applied, and there should be flexibility between these two things. Like if the organization need to have centralized management, they will go for centralization. If they do not need it, they will go for decentralization. According to this principle, there must be proper balance between centralization. I just said the same. This is to be done according to the size of the organization. nature of the activity, etc. Like you can see the arrow, centralization is going upwards and decentralization is coming downwards. Like this is delegation of power. In case of centralization, the power is only in the hands of the upward top level management. But in case of decentralization, the power has been divided below. You can see in the second picture, decentralized organization and centralized organization, wherein the president is giving authority to the divisional heads, managing head, manager of sporting division, manager of board games division, and manager of computer games division, and these three managers are then handling the decisions. Whereas in case of centralized organization, the president himself is taking all the decisions and having a direct control over all the three departments, that is sporting, board games, and computer games. The next principle, what are we studying? Focus. F, fair remuneration. O, order. C, centralization. U, unity of direction. Unity of command is one of the principles of management we have already studied, wherein we have studied that the command or the order should come from one superior only. There should not be confusion of giving order from more than one superior. That will create a confusion among the employees which order to be followed first. So, with the principle of unity of command states that order should come from one boss. But the principle of unity of direction states that the order should come from one boss and in one direction. One hand and one plan in every organization. There should not be confusion from that one superior also. For example, the manager is confused whether he has to go with plan A or we have to go with plan B. So first he is giving direction to the employees according to plan A. But in certain course of time he feels that no, I am not able to do this. Then he suggests everybody to go for plan B. So everybody who was working on plan A, their energy, their work is waste. Now they have to put all the same energy and work in the plan B, achievement of plan B. So this would again create uneasiness or inefficiency on the part of the employees. So the head, the manager, should have one plan and he should direct all his employees towards that one single plan. Each group in the organization should have same objective and should be directed by one manager using single plan. Unity of direction, like marketing manager will direct his employees for marketing plans, sales manager will have sales plan, then testing manager will have testing plans, and production manager will guide for production plan. They are all being guided by one single bosses and in one single direction. The last principle that we are going to study today is principle of stability of tenure. Stability of tenure means job security, giving your employees an assurance that they won't be removed from the job every now and then. Giving your employee a sense of belongingness towards your organization is what stability of tenure focuses on. It plays a very important role in creating sense of belongingness. Insecurity in job always affects the efficiency of employees adversely, whereas job security minimizes the employees' turnover ratio. When an organization is kind towards you, when your employer is being equitable towards you, fair towards you, you feel belongingness towards that organization as an employee. You tend to work for that organization. But if your boss is again and again saying you that I'll fire you if you do this, I'll remove you from the job, then you feel insecure. And when an employee feels insecure, they are hesitant to work for that organization. They are scared to work for that organization, and that results into inefficiency and leads to labor turnover. And if there is a huge turnover ratio of your organization, your organization will have to hire new employees, and then hiring new employees will have to again go through training and development and selection and recruitment and all those processes, which are all very time consuming and costly for the organization. So in order to reduce the cost of recruitment and selection and energy and efforts of training and development, an organization should focus on retaining their employees for a long period of time. That is what the principle of stability of tenure suggests. That's it for today. We have already studied about 5 principles: fair remuneration, F, O for order, centralization, U for unity of direction, and S for stability of tenure. Thank you.